Welcome to Global CEO Magazine. Today we have one of the most outstanding CEOs in our country, Mr. Naleen Edirisinghe, CEO of Pan Asia Bank, with us in our studio. How I want to introduce Naleen actually, not just a CEO, he's a CEO of CEOs. Why I say that, you will find out very soon with our questions. So let's start. Hi Naleen, good morning. Welcome to Global CEO Magazine.
Good morning, Madhu. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here. Can you share your journey from Commercial Bank of Ceylon to Pan Asia Bank? How did you come this far?
Yeah, I think I started my banking career in Commercial Bank just after the A-levels. So, Commercial Bank taught me a lot because it's one of the largest private banks in Sri Lanka. So,
at that time?
That's right, even now. So, it has been the guru of mine in banking. So I was there for nearly 11 years. After that, I joined NDB in 1998. I learned project financing from NDB. And then in the year 2000, I joined my existing bank, the Pan Asia Bank. So I have been in this bank for the last 24 years. So this is where I have really grown up to become a CEO.
Wow. So how the journey has been? Tough? I think must have been very tough journey to become the CEO, one of the most reputed banks in Sri Lanka, and achieve very higher successes. We have seen last year, you have not last year actually, first half of this year, you have achieved about almost 2 billion profit before tax. Am I right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's big achievement. So like, that journey must have been really good for you to achieve such a remarkable success so far.
Yeah, but actually I have started as an assistant manager in Pan Asia Bank. So I have risen through the cadre. So I know what's happening in different grades. I know what's happening in different segments in banking. I have been handling credit for a long time. So I have been working with a number of industries. So it has been a tough journey. Because of course, if you look at rising up in a bank is a tough thing because there are so many other peers who are also aspiring to become CEOs. So yeah, it's a tough journey.
Does seniority work?
No, seniority doesn't work. But if there are two people who have the same skills, same caliber, same qualifications, yes, seniority counts.
Okay, great. So our next question, what motivates you to join Pan Asia Bank, and how you actually, your extensive experience influenced this achievement?
Yeah, I think that was a good decision I took at that time, because I was with one of the best banks in the country. Yeah. But then I went in search of new banking knowledge to NDB. So I usually take up challenges. So on that basis, I thought being a small bank, Pan Asia Bank, where I thought I can give my contribution more towards a small organization to become big. That was my challenge.
I think, yes, I think you are referring to retail and SME banking. So how you have tackled that market?
Yes, now Pan Asia Bank is mostly focusing on SME and retail right now. Of course, that was our traditional banking, but right now we have changed that focus. We are on to corporate banking. We are looking at focusing on corporate banking. But yes, SME and retail has been our forte. It's a difficult market. SME is highly vulnerable. You must be aware of SMEs. Yeah. And retail also is depending on the economic situation of the country. So it's a tough challenge, but it's also a credit officer's skill that you look at each and every situation separately and support those entities.
Yeah, actually that was very interesting, because I heard one of the CEOs talking recently, and they said that they don't run a collection department or something, because now like if you have to run a collection department, I think that means like you are doing something wrong. I don't know, the CEO was joking about it anyway.
Yeah.
So I think the Pan Asia Bank is doing really well with customer service, I think, doing really amazing. you took over in 2023. So like, what were your priorities? How you have achieved your priorities?
Yeah, in fact, of course, I have been in the corporate management of this bank since 2013. So it's a long way as a corporate management member. So I knew our focus, I knew our strategies, and finally, when I took over, I decided, it was just after the Easter attack, the COVID, and then we had the economic crisis also coming in. So actually what we thought was we must support the businesses first, because the businesses were the most affected during the pandemic and the economic crisis. So if we support the businesses, definitely the retail segment also will improve. So that was the thinking. So we are right now supporting the SMEs and corporates to turn around the country, and then we naturally the retail segment will improve.
Yeah, we talk about this macroeconomic situation in the country. So now things are a little bit picking up. I think looking at your indicators, like how we have performed during last half year, we can see things are moving. Is that?
Yes, definitely things are better. The economy is growing. We see our lending is growing. Deposits have grown. We see the segments like SME definitely moving forward. So as a bank, the banking industry is also looking at supporting the SMEs. Corporate is growing, but we have seen some sides of the retail not maybe credit cards and consumer loans are not growing as much as we think. So that is due to the less buying power of the retail customers. I'm sure that also will improve with the businesses improving in the country.
That must be a challenge actually.
Yes.
Yeah, what are the other challenges except this macroeconomic situation? What are the other challenges?
Yeah, there are, of course, being a bank, there are different challenges that's coming up. One thing is different segments have different issues. So if you look at it right now, the retail, the consumer loans is a concern. It's not a growing segment, and NPS piling up in that segment. But there are good areas like corporate SME, and also with the other challenges the bank is facing is retaining good staff. Many staff are moving out, of course looking at greener pastures in other countries. So that's a concern. Then also as a challenge we see the digital disruption happening in the world. So we have to be in line with other banks. So it's a tough task.
I was going to ask you that actually. I was going to ask you like how you balance this innovation and IT security, because disruption is happening and there are so many issues. We hear about cyber crimes and everything. And how do you maintain security during this time?
No, it's actually central bank has come up with a risk resilient program for the bank. So we have to be in line with that. So central bank has basically looked at these issues centrally. So we have to be in line with those guidelines. So that is what we are doing. So it's a matter of aligning to the central bank guidelines with regard to IT and risk resilience. But we are also trying to improve ourselves with different types of with regard to digital disruption. Of course, we have been a bit slower compared to a couple of banks. So we want to get into that segment as well to elevate ourselves.
But you have been doing really nice in the SME and retail sector. And when we started this discussion, I told you we are introducing a CEO of the global CEO. Because I will come to that point right now, because actually you are helping a lot of SMEs to become much bigger organizations than they are today. So these CEOs of the SMEs are made by you basically. So that was our idea. That's what we thought, okay, this is why we call the CEO of the global CEOs. So what do you think about that?
I think if you are referring to becoming a global CEO, is I think it's mainly pure based on export customers. Maybe that is what you meant, because then we are going global, because our customers are going global for exports, right? Yes, exports is an area where Sri Lanka can do really well. There is no doubt about it, because we have so many things that can be exported. So it's that real tick that we need to give as the bankers to support them. So we do it in a big way. That is why our SMEs have grown. As a portfolio, our SME percentage of the bank lending portfolio is very high, and we are looking at elevating those customers. In fact, if you are looking at exports, now we did a program in L, which is one of the top tourist destinations of this country, and we were one of the banks that made a superb SME program dedicated to tourist entrepreneurs of L. So this L is bringing in such a vast population of tourists from other countries. So this is how we are becoming a global.
That's how we go global.
Yes,
that's
this is how we become global.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we go global.
Yeah.
More than that, actually, the service you are doing for the SMEs in the country, I think that should be appreciated, because so many SMEs you are helping, and the CEOs of those global companies going outside, IT industry especially, and that's amazing. So like, you make global CEOs, so we call you the CEO of global CEOs. And what's your plans for the future? Like, what do you think for the Pan Asia Bank and for the country?
So we have a focus. We want to become a bigger bank. So we will do that. We have certain steps and stages we are focusing on the future. So we will become one of the bigger banks of this country, and we will definitely support Sri Lanka as an economy to turn around, because this country went through a difficult period. We want to support this nation. It's a superb nation, superb island. So we want to make Sri Lanka one of the best countries in the world as well.
That's amazing. I like to ask about your leadership style, because our audience might like to know like how you have achieved success and what type of leadership style you have demonstrated in your life. And I like to know about that. How your people feel about you?
Yes, I think I'm a very participative leader. So I listen to others. Right? Sometimes I take decisions. When I see that those decisions are wrong, I will definitely change the decision based on the results. So it's a participative leadership, but also I take decisions as fast as I could, because there is no time to waste. There is no time to delay, because any organization has to work fast, because these are no times for lazy people to work around. We need to work faster as a country. We need to be geared for the next generations, and as a bank also we need to work fast and become that big bank we are thinking of.
Okay, so it must be inspirational, because I think participative and situational sometimes, as I can understand. So what is your vision for the future? Like in one sentence, if I ask you, can you say your vision for the future? If you can share it, actually, maybe.
That's all right. Yeah. We are right now a small bank. We want to become a mid-sized bank in the next 3 years. That's we are working on.
So you are going global?
Maybe. Yes. That's also another strategy coming.
Because looking at the success you have achieved during this year and in the past, I think we have a great potential to go global very soon. It was really nice to talking to you, Mr. Naleen, and thank you for visiting us at Global CEO Magazine.
Thank you, Dr. Madhu.